people today always want to ask the question, what happens to unanswered prayer? I'm going to tell you what the biggest issue is with unanswered prayer. I know what preachers say because I got taught to do that early on. And you say, sometimes he says yes, and sometimes he says no, and sometimes he says maybe. And that's just so much baloney. Here's the issue about unanswered prayer. People who do not pray in accordance with rightly dividing the word. If you don't know how to rightly divide the word, you know what you're going to wind up doing? You're going to wind up talking to God like you're back in Israel's program and expecting Him to intervene in your physical circumstances the way He did for them back under the law when He dealt with them not as adult sons and daughters but as children. And so you wonder why you don't always get that answer. And then sometimes whatever it is you're praying for, you know what? That maybe that comes to pass, and then the next time it doesn't come to pass, and it makes you wonder what's going on. What's the criteria that God's using to be able to do this? And then we chalk it up to, well, God's ways are not our ways, and we can't figure that out. The truth is, if you don't rightly divide the word, then you know what? Even your prayer life becomes confusion. And that is the number one reason for unanswered prayer. And the other reason is because we just have that view of prayer that we think prayer is about us giving God a list of things to do. When you understand prayer properly in the dispensation of grace, you understand that prayer is about how you're going to get involved with what God is doing. In other words, if there's something that God is doing today, your prayer is going to be about your involvement with that. That's going to be the... See, it's turned around backwards. We got used to it. We got taught that from the time that we first got introduced to prayer in this world, that it was just asking God to do a bunch of stuff.